Hello everyone, welcome back to Sportsbook Review's coverage of Euro 2020. I'm your host Martin Green. Today we have six games to preview for you. Six shows. We've got 2 shows, 9 games, 6 in this one. It's going to be a very exciting show, but we're going to need to rattle through them a little bit quickly. We've got Italy versus Wales in Rome, Switzerland versus Turkey in Baku, Ukraine versus Austria in Bucharest, North Macedonia up against Netherlands in Amsterdam, Russia versus Denmark in Copenhagen, and finally Finland versus Belgium in St. Petersburg. Great day yesterday. All my tips came in apart from one, and it was both teams to score in that Austria versus Netherlands game. I was this close. David Alaba's strike sailed wide of the post to having a perfect day, but those are the margins that we deal with in the wonderful world of gambling on football matches. How are you both doing today? How's it going, Alex? Having a good tournament?
Having a good tournament, having a great tournament. Really excited for these 6 matches that we are covering today. Found some really good value, and I'm going for the first time with an under, with 2 underdogs. It's crazy what I found here and why I found them, of course.
Okay, great. Glad to hear it. And Tan, you're finally in your Italy shirt. Does this mean you're finally believing that your team can triumph?
No, but I would always support that anyway. As you can see, only from the painting to my right with the Tower Bridge that you can't see at the moment. I'll show you. It's over there. I am in London. Now you would say, yeah, you could show us something more than just a painting hanging on the wall.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, London is London and it's raining outside, so I can show you exactly nothing, and I even screwed up the tripod, so now I'm gonna move for the next minutes. Enjoying the tournament. It sounds to me like it started 20 days ago, not a week ago, because I've been in 5 days in 5 cities in the last 6 days.
Yeah. You came to England at the wrong time, Tan. It was blazing sunshine the last 2 weeks.
I was from England for England Croatia. I thought you would last more. You don't last in England. You don't last, guys, in England.
Excuse me, you are in London. You are in London, yes. And you didn't call Martin to have a beer with him?
Well, first of all, I don't have any.
Well, you can center yourself. Yeah, that's great.
First of all, thank you for the direction. Great producing, Alex. First of all, I don't touch any inch of alcohol when I'm in tournaments, because otherwise I would not be able to work, considering I'm live 11 hours on TV and I have to travel every day. Secondly, I wish I could call anyone during this, but arrived yesterday late afternoon, leaving tomorrow morning. It's hectic. There is no time for anything. There is barely time to say hello to the mum. So
just time to work, just time to knuckle down and deliver your
exactly like Charlie Chaplin in Modern Times movie.
Indeed. Well, look, we're going to start analysing the games in a minute, but first it's your daily reminder to hit the like button, to show a bit of love for Alex and Tan in his Italy shirt. subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. That way you'll learn every time we're about to film a video. We're covering every single game of Euro 2020, and we also cover all sorts of sports, all sorts of action. You'll find free picks and insight on a daily basis. So subscribe to the channel, head on over to Sportsbook Review by clicking the link in the video description, read some of the articles written by Alex and Tan and all of our other wonderful pro handicappers that we have there. Lots of other free content and insight as well. So head on over there after this video. But for now, buckle up. We're going to rattle through these 6 games, and we're starting off with Italy versus Wales in Rome. So I have to start with you, Tancredi Palmeri. What are your thoughts on Italy versus Wales in Rome? Are Italy going to bow out a full team? Do they care about winning the group? Do they want to preserve their unbeaten record? How's it going to pan out?
Martin, I have 2 questions for you. The first one, before I forget, where do you live? In which area of London do you live? Because actually, I'm very interested.
I actually live south of London nowadays in West Sussex by the sea.
Okay. So it's London. It's London just on map, but basically.
Yeah, I grew up in North London, not sort of halfway in between the Arsenal and Tottenham stadiums, but I'm now out in a slightly more rural place.
And second question, it's a technical note, considering that I forgot to copy back in my computer the tips I gave you. If you can, when you come to me, you can mention the tip I gave about the game, and I will explain you why, if it's not too much of a hassle for you. So about Italy-Wales, am I believing? Tell me what I have predicted, Martin.
So, Tancredi, I can tell you that you have predicted Italy to win this game and under 2.5 goals. You're going for a lot. Win.
I thought about that. I just was not sure. That was the most sensible. Honestly, the way that they played even in the second games was maybe unexpected. Unexpected because, again, 3-0. Just imagine that before this Euro, Italy never scored more than 2 goals in a Euro game. But that's not even that. Double 3-0. Switzerland was completely erased. And they were supposed to be better than Turkey. But even more, because Turkey was just closing behind and just sitting and wait. While Switzerland actually started pushing the first 10-15 minutes, coming up, trying to steal ball, putting pressure on defense. So Italy actually was better, not only because they played better, because they even overcame Switzerland. So I'm very impressed so far. Wales are a fighting team, but at the same time, they have already 4 points, so they are pretty comfortable, and they might be conservative. So even a draw would make it for both of them, but these guys are ambitious. So I say little scoring, maybe 1-0, maybe 2-0. Italy not conceding goals in the last 10. If they not lose, they will equal the Italy all-time record of 30 undefeated games in a row. So Italy to win, and not both. Under 2.5 goals.
Got it. Thank you, Tan. Thank you. Yeah, I also like under 2.5 goals. I think Wales' main aim in this game is just going to not be to lose heavily. They've got a better goal difference to Switzerland, 5 goals better off right now. So they just need to avoid a heavy defeat, and they'll get through to the next round. I did quite like under 2.5 goals, but I looked at this game for so long and I really struggled to come up with any plays that I liked. So I'm going to have to pass it in the end. What do you think, Alex? What are you going for on this?
I think that it will be a change in personnel in this Italian team. We know already that Chiellini with a hamstring, he went out. I don't know what is his condition right now. Probably he will sit out. He will not be forced in the back of the
for sure.
Defense.
Even if he won't be fit, he won't play.
Exactly. And sure. I don't think that it's only about him. I think it's also about Barella with a little bit of a knock on his ankle there. I think that a lot of starters from the first 2 matches will stay on the bench because Italy have 6 points. I don't think that Italy will lose, but I don't think that Wales will lose either by a ton of goals. I think that it will be a classic last match from a group stage where both teams are happy with 1 point, and who will win by 1 goal difference maximum. This is why I think that the value is on Wales plus 1.25 on the Asian handicap at 1.72 minus 1.40 something there. So I don't think that Wales will, because at the end of the day, also Wales, let's be honest, they played very good against Turkey. They were a bit lucky against Switzerland in the first match, but very, very good match against Turkey. Turkey that was probably the most disappointing team in this Euros till now. So with 1 point each, they will remain like that. Italy 7 points, Wales 5 points, and they will go together hand by hand into the knockout stages. And probably, I don't know, there is difficult, Switzerland versus Turkey, but we'll talk about it. So I think that Wales will not lose by more than 1 goal difference.
Yeah, agree. It's going to be a draw would be the perfect result for both teams, really. They'd both get through to the knockout stage of the tournament, and Italy would keep their unbeaten run going. Wales have looked strong in the second half in games. They haven't conceded after the break, and they've scored 2 late goals. So I was looking at Wales +1 handicap in the second half. You can get minus 130 on that, which I quite like the look of. But as I say, nothing's really grabbing me in this one. But I do have a pretty strong play on the next one, which is Switzerland versus Turkey in Baku. I'm going to say it. Turkey have made a bigger hash of their Euro 2020 tournament than Tottenham have of their recruitment process. They are they're the Daniel Levy of this tournament. It's been an absolute disaster from Turkey so far. 2-3-0 defeats. I really wasn't expecting it. I thought they could give a much better account of themselves against Wales. Very disappointing. Didn't get on the score sheet. Now they're out of the tournament, so they have nothing left to play for. Switzerland really need a big win if they've got any chance of catching Wales and going through on goal difference. So that's something to keep in mind. What are you going for on this one, Alex?
Not necessarily a big win. I think that a win might give them one of the 4 places from the third place, So 4 from 6 from the third places will... the best ones will go through to the next round. And with 1 win, I think that with 4 points, you can easily say that you can will go through to the next round from third place. I didn't like Turkey, first of all, 0 from Turkey. But I was not impressed either with Switzerland. Wales were pretty impressive against them. They didn't give them any single chance. So here I'm going for an open match. I'm going... both teams to score at plus 115 or 2.15.
Like it. And I can tell you, Tan, that you, in this game, you're going for Switzerland to win and both teams to...
No, sorry. I'm sorry. Now I'm checking my tips here. I'm going under 2.5 goals at 2.1. Sorry, not both teams to score. I checked my notes here.
Okay, maybe we need a 1-1 draw, then both will come in.
Yeah.
But Tan thinks both teams are going to get on the score sheet and that Switzerland are going to win it. So you think Turkey are going to score their first goal of the tournament?
Yes, because they can go out like this, not even fighting. I mean, it could be. Well, we still haven't seen only games for the first 2 groups. But of the 2 groups and the first game of the other groups, Turkey has been the worst team of the tournament. They showed absolutely nothing. And they are not North Macedonia or there was another one, another little one, I don't remember at this moment. Anyway, they are not little teams that you can condone to them. Well, Finland. They are not little teams or debutants that you can condone to them saying, okay, you can tax them more. No, actually, they were tipped. Someone was tipping them as tournament's underdog to get to quarterfinals. And it's not here about winning or losing. They showed nothing. 0. They went down against Wales without shooting on goal. So I just can't believe that they would go out in this way. There must be a comeback of pride at least. Would that be enough? I don't think so. Because anyway, Switzerland, well, those first 10 minutes against Italy were good. Anyway, Switzerland are being average. but it's different from the nothing that Turkey has been so far. So seemed to me that anyway they can give something more, Switzerland, and even if it will be fight, because again they can die like this, Turkey. Anyway, Switzerland to make it. So Switzerland to win, both teams to score.
Like it. Yeah, it was just a real capitulation from Turkey in this tournament. I also expected a lot more from them. Wales just let them have the ball in that game, and they didn't create anything with it. I mean, Wales won 2-0, but Ramsey missed a bunch of chances. The winning margin could actually have been heavier in the end.
Yeah.
So, and Switzerland.
Yeah, but you can lose. But they almost didn't shoot on goal. I mean, it was like, you came for what exactly? Because I can understand the first game against Italy, debuting, hosting team, stronger team, whatever. But in the second one, there is nothing like that. And actually, it's someone that it is of your level. So you can lose, but not in that way.
And it's not Turkey that we know from the last 2 years. I think that it was like something a vacation match, a friendly match for them. Like that it seemed. It didn't seem like it's the final tournament, Euro 2020 right now. It's incredible, you know, absolutely insane. And also in the first match, Switzerland performed so and so, but in the second one against Wales, they were crap, very bad. And Bolo was like non-existing on the pitch. Chaka the same. Many players disappointed. I don't know. Maybe in the last match they want to finish. It's more important for Switzerland, like Tan said, because with 3 points they will qualify in the knockout stages. Turkey probably just for the pride of the colors, you know, to finish in a positive way.
Yeah, Switzerland have reached the knockout stage of the last 3 major tournaments that they've played in, and they have got a decent team. I expect them to turn this around. I think they're reasonably strong at the back. There's no great shame in losing to a very good Italy team. I've been impressed with what I've seen from Mbolo, and I think Seferovic is going to finally get off the mark in this tournament. He hasn't had the rub of the green so far, but I can see him getting on the score sheet, and I can see Switzerland winning this and under 4.5 goals. I've got plus 105 on that, which I think looks like a really good set of odds. Can't see this being a 5-goal thriller, but I do think Switzerland have more to play for and they'll get the job done. Just to say to the guys in the chat, everyone's asking where Hungary versus France is. We're going to be back on in an hour and 15 minutes, which is 4:30 p.m. Eastern time, and we're going to be covering the France game and 2 more matches. We're just doing this one now because we wanted to get Tan in because it's the Italy game and because we want to hear his insight on as many matches as possible. He couldn't make the later one, so we've got him here for this one. And but do come back in an hour and 15 minutes. You'll get more insight from all the guys. Next game, we have Ukraine versus Austria in Alex's homeland in Bucharest. I've been impressed with Ukraine so far. Unlucky to lose to the Netherlands in their first game, and they look very dangerous going forward against North Macedonia. I was so disappointed with Austria last night. I had both teams to score, and they just didn't show enough going forwards. Alaba was so close to getting on the score sheet, but apart from that, they created very little, and I did think they really missed Marko Arnautovic. Going to come to you first on this one, Tan. I'm just having a look at what have you gone for here? You've got a half-time draw in this game.
Yes, indeed, because obviously what you have to factor in these games, needless to say it, is what is the situation in the group. Because obviously it's not only just let's go out and play with what is our strengths. So the situation now is saying Holland, we know that is with 6 points, Ukraine and Austria with 3, and Macedonia with 0. And anyway, it will be very hard to take. It will be a huge achievement for Macedonia to take a draw against Holland. We will get into that later, which means that Ukraine and Austria could be easily through with a draw. With a draw, we know for sure that Ukraine is through, and Austria have huge chances to go through as the best third. So possibly This is Group C, so possibly it will be played when Group A and Group B are already played. So possibly only Group A will be played. But having a clearer image of overall, it is possible that Austria would be quite confident to go through with a third place, with a 1 point, and that's it. Also, actually, here is much worse to end up second than third, because who end up second will extremely likely play Italy. If you end up third, you have a bucket of options and you can hope to find one or the other. So it's really a game that maybe nobody will want to win. For sure, not at the beginning. So draw at the halftime. And I think that the odds on draw at the halftime now are quite good, but I believe will drop drastically.
Okay, thanks, Tan. I initially went for both teams to score in this one, but on the evidence of last night's performance from Austria, I changed my tip to Ukraine draw no bet. I got -115 on that. I think they've been the better team out of these two so far. They look confident, they look fired up, they look very dangerous in attack, a little bit sloppy at the back, but more energy, more drive, more determination from me than Austria. What are you thinking, Alex? What are you going for?
Imagine that the draw at halftime is at 1.66 right now, and the draw at full time is at 2.0. And
what am I telling you? What am I telling you?
You know that in a match, in a normal match, whatever match, a draw it's coming from 3 and up. 3 to till 4, somewhere between those prices. So imagine that.
I have to tell you, when yesterday I sent you the pick at the end of the game, the draw was at 2. So by yesterday night until now, it dropped from 2 to 160. Imagine.
Yeah, and I think that it will drop more. But I think that the value is not anymore on the draw. I think that the draw is on the board here, but I think that the draw with goals. So I'm going both teams to score. I think that we will see a 1-1 type of game, this one, with Ukraine scoring first, and after that Austria to equalize in the last 15-20 minutes of the game. And after that, if we have in the 70th minute a 1-1 type of game, I think that we will see a very boring pass till the match is finished, But I'm going with both teams to score at +115, because I really think that this Ukraine outfit, I think that they are very, very skillful, and they will dominate the match against Austria. Austria also with some interesting players who can do the difference, with the Sabitzer, with the Hinteregger, with different players that are playing at the best level in Bundesliga, But together, I don't know, they didn't glue enough for this Euro. Both teams to score at +115.
Yeah, I really think they need to start playing Alaba higher up the pitch. They looked so much better as soon as they pushed him into midfield in that game last night. They finally looked dangerous. They had someone that could control the tempo of the game, and they started creating a couple of chances, but it was too little, too late. And the Netherlands, they were pretty impressive. That's our next game, North Macedonia versus Netherlands. De Boer drew a lot of criticism for that performance against Ukraine in the first match. They did look pretty suspect in defence. They almost threw away their lead, but they scraped through. They got the job done. But it was a much more confident, much more composed performance last night. They controlled the ball. Thought Wijnaldum was excellent in midfield. And they've got a bit of depth going forward. When Donyell Malen came off the bench, he looked very sharp, very dangerous. Dumfries keeps looking good down that right-hand side. I think they're the sort of team that could grow into this tournament a little bit. They still lack an out-and-out goal scorer for me, but I've been reasonably impressed with them. I think they'll get the job done against North Macedonia. What do you think, Alex? How have you found some value on this game?
How about Depay missing like 5 huge opportunities yesterday? How about that?
It's an open goal. It was worse than Marcus Berg's miss.
Marcus Berg was nothing, mate. Depay was one-on-one with Ronaldo in the first half of the first game, and it was another one also two days ago. I can't remember, but Depay missed 2 or 3 opportunities. After that, Wijnaldum missed from the box. He shot directly in an opponent. He shot it directly in an opponent. After that, this North Macedonia side, are a nation of fighters. It's history for them. It's great that they are where they are right now in this tournament, you know, like many other better teams than them didn't qualify. So they are, and even being for the first time here, they scored 2 goals in each of the matches, you know, which is great. I like their fighting spirit. They will not sit back and relax even in the third match. I'm smelling that the Netherlands will do a squad rotation for the last match. About Dumfries, I think that this will be the Netherlands' next big transfer. I think that he's brilliant. Yesterday he was the MVP of the match. I don't know. Maybe Tancredi knows more where he will be on the next season.
No, it just came out very, very, very fresh. Consider this. He scored 2 goals in 2 Euro Championship games. Before, he had scored in 19 games with Holland, 0.
0. 0.
I could see him at Newcastle United charging up the right there, maybe. That looks like his pivot to me.
Yesterday, I gave you my pick before the Netherlands win 2-0 against Austria. So the odds for +2 on North Macedonia were at -130, 1.75. Today, the +2 on the Asian handicap for North Macedonia are around 1.55. So I'm going +1.75 for North Macedonia at the 1.8-ish market, you know.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Alex. Yeah. Remind me when I read out the picks at the end that we're going for -1.75 Asian handicap for Alex on this. Sorry, +1.75 for North Macedonia on this game.
If I'm not mistaken, Martin, here I said Holland to win and both teams to score.
You did indeed. Yeah. You're going back in with that bet. It's going to be the
yes. And I think it's a good odds. If we see Macedonia found the net in both games, and it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy because they weren't really open games. And Holland is conceding. They didn't concede against Austria, but now it's different. Holland not only are qualified, Holland are already top of the group. So the motivation, Holland is not that kind of team that is giving up. But still, they are top of the group. So what's the need of stressing out? And anyway, we saw that they are conceding. And anyway, when Holland is not focused totally, they are more naive and they concede. Macedonia got great pride. We saw it in both games. I still see that anyway, the careless bench of Holland would be enough to win the game. But the combo with both teams to score and Holland to win, in my opinion, is good enough.
Sounds good. Yeah, I actually like the look of the Dutch bench. I think they've got some good players that can come in. Luc de Jong, Berghuis, they've got Quincy Promes, David Klaassen can hit the ball from range. It's Donyell Malen that I really like the look of. He was very, very dangerous when he came on yesterday. And I think some of those Dutch players, they'll want to impress De Boer. If they're given the chance to impress in this game, I think we could see some good performances from them. So after that performance from the Dutch last night, I went and had a little bit of Netherlands -1.5 Asian handicap in this game. So I'm kind of against you there, Alex, but we're kind of thinking a victory by 1 to 2 goals for the Dutch here. Not quite sure how it's going to pan out of the two of us, but I thought they really improved last night. They looked a bit more solid defensively, and Wijnaldum just controlled the game in midfield. A lot depends on the sort of starting 11 that De Boer puts out there, but I think some of the reserves could really thrive in this game, and they do have a lot of attacking talent. I think we're going to see goals in that game. Right.
I think that Liverpool are very upset that they lost Wijnaldum after what we are seeing him with every single match there in the middle. Plus, Barcelona will be even more upset that they didn't put more money on the table.
Yeah. Well, that's the sort of fees the wages you can command if you let your contract run down, isn't it? It turns into a bit of a bidding war. That's why you've got Aaron Ramsey on 350,000 a week. Okay, so we have Russia versus Denmark in Copenhagen. Big game.
Penalty to Slovakia.
Penalty to Sweden.
To Sweden. Sorry.
Got a penalty to Sweden. That's good because I've bet on Sweden to win that game, and I hope that someone steps up and slots that in.
I think I have bet on 1-1, and actually the first half was completely like we don't want to attack. I don't want to attack you. You don't want to attack me. Nothing. The second half is completely madness. They had already like 5 clear chances combined. 30 minutes into the second half, but the pace of the second half has been fantastic. So, and it's clear, and it's clear penalty, fair penalty.
Good. That's what we want to see. We want to see some energy.
Do you want the live play-by-play of the penalty?
Yeah.
I'll put my feet. I'll just sit back and.
Comment. Let's go.
You want in English or in Italian?
Yeah, in English, of course.
Italian.
In Italian. Okay.
Italian. E allora c'è Dubravka che va a proteggere la porta della Slovacchia a un quarto d'ora alla fine. Ricordiamo, Slovacchia 3 punti, Svezia 1 punto. Questo potrebbe essere un momento decisivo per l'europeo di entrambi. Va l'arbitro a sincerarsi con Dubravka dicendogli devi rimanere sulla linea, you have to stay on the goal line. The referee is talking to him and now he's waving these hands up because he just wants to distract who is gonna take the penalty, who should be Emil Forsberg. Emil Forsberg against Martin Dubravka. He's starting from the left and it's goal! Number 10, his shirt is yellow. Emil Forsberg. Sweden up 1 goal. Slovakia nil, and Sweden now currently at the moment leading the group D with 4 points.
Well, that is delightful to hear, and thank you for that wonderful commentary, Tancredi. I think you've got another career ahead of you there.
He has it already.
Sorry. I have been doing already that, but anyway, no problem.
Well, maybe you can start doing a bit more of that. That was wonderful. I'm glad to see you haven't lost your sharpness in that field. But we must move on. We must move on to Russia versus Denmark. Big game. Denmark played pretty well against Belgium yesterday, but they just couldn't deal with the quality of De Bruyne when he came off the bench. He really turned that game around. But they look better. Denmark look better than Russia for me. Not going to be an easy game, but I think they can end their group stage with a victory in this one. Tan, I'm just going to check what your bet is. You have gone for you're loving this bet. You've got
think Alex Classic
both teams to score at plus 260.
It's both teams to score and over 2.5 goals. What I said.
You got Denmark to win. And
okay, Denmark to win. Yes. I was not sure about that. Anyway, let me thank Derek Parra who said by shaving a tank look 20 years older. I know they do that. They do say that. I know. Yeah, because look, we know obviously that the Denmark tournament is in a bubble, in a emotional bubble. First in the how can I say? In the it's hard to find the word. In withdrawing the commitment in the first game, and then in give it all in the second game, which was almost enough for what was happening against Belgium. But Belgium is Belgium and could just call from the bench Witsel, De Bruyne, Hazard, and bring Denmark down and win the game. I think they are gonna do again for the pride. Let's remember Denmark play at home, and they won these so strongly, so strongly. Russia actually has impressed me in the second game. I was not expecting that they would win so easily against Finland, so easily. It was not a great game in itself, but Russia never was in danger, which surprised me. So I think Denmark will have to come up, and that will also open space for Russia. But I think that inch of pride of Denmark will make a difference. So that's why I say both teams to score and Denmark to win.
Like it. Thanks, Tan. Yes, I had Russia and under 4.5 goals in that game against Finland, so I was pleased to see that come in. But I'm actually happy to oppose the Russians in this game. Denmark really did impress me with the way they came out in that game. They look really strong in the opening stages. Like you said, Belgium can bring on De Bruyne, they can bring on Eden Hazard, they can bring on Axel Witsel. The depth of quality they've got is phenomenal. Russia don't really have that for me. Denmark look like the better team in pretty much every position. I know they miss Eriksen's creativity. I know times are difficult for them right now and they're a bit emotional, but I think they'll want to win for Eriksen. I think they'll want to salvage something from this very difficult tournament. I actually bet on Denmark at -117 yesterday. Then they went 1-0 up against Belgium and the odds just came way in. They've gone back out a little bit again today. I found -133 earlier. Not quite sure what the line's going to be when this game goes off, but you might have to give Denmark a little handicap or something if you do want a bit more value on them. Are you still going for a moneyline win for Denmark in this one, Alex?
Yes, absolutely. But it's very complicated, this group. Let's say that if Denmark wins and if Belgium wins against Finland in the first match, all three teams, Russia, Finland, and Denmark, will be at 3 points. And the tiebreaker is the head-to-head matches. But here, it will be very weird because Denmark will...
Sweden are very close to second goal, sorry.
Denmark will win against Russia, yes. So after that, we have Russia who won against Finland and Finland who won against Denmark. So I think that in this case, if points are tight and the head-to-heads are like that, I think that it will be on the goals differential, you know. So Denmark, if they win, they have to do it consistent because Finland are 1-1 right now at goal difference. Denmark are at 1-3. So they should do it at least 2 goals difference, you know. And they should pray for Belgium to beat Finland, you know. So it's very complicated. But I think that they will not go down without fighting. And I think that Denmark, when they played against Belgium, they were by far the better team than Russia, how they played against Finland and so on. I'm not impressed with this Russian side, even though they won that game against Finland 1-0. But Denmark in the first game, in the first half against Belgium, they were absolutely amazing. After that, in the second half, the skills and the players level made the difference. But till that time, they were in control, let's put it this way. And they missed some great opportunities to go 2-0 against Belgium in the first half. So I'm going at 1.7 with the Denmark here against Russia.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I think that just looks like a really good bet. I think in Copenhagen, they get the job done. They look like the superior team to me. And this is it's their time. It's their time to win a game. I really do think that Belgium will beat Finland. Finland are exactly the sort of team that Belgium should be beating. It's our next game that we're previewing. Finland versus Belgium in St. Petersburg. A lot depends on the starting 11 that Roberto Martinez puts out, but I still think they can really do a number on Finland, even if they rest a lot of players. There's an argument that it might be a good idea to actually play De Bruyne and Eden Hazard from the start to give them a bit of match fitness. But even if you leave them out, I think they've got a lot of depth of attacking quality. We've seen Belgium just roll teams over in the past, sort of slightly countries with slightly less quality. They've beaten them 4-0, 5-0 without in very ruthless fashion. I think this could be a very difficult game for Finland. I'm going for Belgium minus 1.5. Even though they don't really need to win, I still think they can turn Finland over. What do you think, Alex? What are you going for on this one?
I think that it's tougher than expected for Belgium, and not for Belgium because if they want to win and if they want to destroy Finland, probably they will do it if they use their best 11. But right now they are top of the group, and they will finish top of the group. With one draw in this match, Finland are through to the next phase of the competition, no matter what will happen between Denmark and Russia. So they are at their hand. You know how difficult it is to win against Finland. We've seen also Russia, it was a battle in that box with a lot of bad passes, with a lot of balls in the air, crosses and so on. They are very athletic players. They can even score if they catch you on the break. They are fast. They have 2-3 interesting players in front there. So even if Belgium will win this game, which Belgium side, I think that they will rotate a lot of the players from the first squad, I think that they will not win it by more than 1 goal difference. So I'm going Finland plus 1.75 on the Asian handicap at minus 110.
Interesting, Alex. Interesting, because I'm going for Belgium minus 1.5, and I can tell you
again we are on different directions here.
And Tan is also going for Belgium minus 1.5. What's your rationale behind that, Tan?
Look, obviously, Finland will give. First of all, Belgium is not sure to be top of the group yet. So this is important to keep in mind. It's not like Holland that are already sure of top of the group. Belgium.
One second. If they lose in the last match, yes, they will not be top of the group. Finland.
That's what I'm saying. Yes.
But they will not lose.
But what I'm saying is that they still need to gain that. So it's a different mind attitude anyway. Nobody thinks that they will lose to Finland. Maybe what can happen is a draw, but nobody thinks they can lose to Finland. But anyway, Holland has nothing to ask anymore to their group stage. Belgium still has to secure their top of the group. And they actually might even be top of the group, even losing the game, if Russia win with a certain goal difference. So it's very impossible, very unlikely that they will lose the leadership. But anyway, still is not sure. So this is a different mindset. That's what I'm saying. Second thing, I saw too much from Belgium to think they could screw this. And sorry, I was disappointed by the way Finland took Russia. You can lose, but I was expecting something more from them in the second half after they went down 1 goal, because I think they were trying to handle the game, to control. It wasn't possible, but then I expect the reaction that didn't come. So I think that maybe it's too much above them. And so I say just Belgium to win with a 1 goal advantage.
I'm with you there, Tan. I'm with you. But it'll be fascinating to see how this one pans out. Thank you both so much. Esteban, could we please have the picks up? A couple have changed, I think, since we provided you with these. So bear with me. I'll see if I can get through them all. Alex is going for Wales plus 1.25 on the Asian line at minus 143 against Italy. He's got just under 2.5 goals in that Switzerland versus Turkey game at odds of plus 110. He's going for both teams to score when Ukraine take on Austria at plus 115. He's got Finland plus 1.75 at minus 110. He's got a straight win for Denmark, and he's going for North Macedonia plus 1.75 Asian handicap now for a bit more value. Tan is going for Italy to win and under 2.5 goals at plus 200. He's got Switzerland to win and both teams to score at plus 230. He's going for Belgium minus 1.5 at odds of minus 127. And he's got Denmark to win and both teams to score at plus 260. I can tell you he's since sent in another 2 picks. He's got half-time draw in the Ukraine versus Austria game at odds of minus 120. And finally, the Netherlands to win and both teams to score at plus 100, even money in that game. I'm going for Switzerland to win and under 4.5 goals at plus 105. Ukraine draw no bet, minus 115. Belgium minus 1.5 at odds of minus 127. There you go. I got that minus 117 set of odds on Denmark. You're not going to get that anymore, but head on over to SBR odds and you will see the best line that you can find there. You could probably still get about minus 130, minus 133 on that game. And I'm also just going to throw in Netherlands minus 1.5 Asian handicap based on the evidence of that composed performance that they put in last night.
Huge line movement to a lot of matches in this tournament. Huge from one day to the other. Not only now that we are talking, but what I've seen from day one till now, huge line movement. Also on the goals line, also on the money line, also on the spreads. Absolutely crazy.
Indeed, agree. So it pays to get in there quickly and take the good odds before they change, or perhaps wait until just before kickoff and get the better lines depending on which way the market's going. As I say, head on over to SBR odds and you will find the best odds from reputable, licensed, trustworthy bookmakers and sports books at that time. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for your comments in the chat. Please give us the thumbs up to show some love for Alex and Tancredi. Head on over to sportsbookreview.com for more in-depth analysis in their articles. And we'll be back in about 45 minutes to preview another 3 games. So until then, thank you very much. Have fun in London, Tan, and look forward to seeing you soon. Goodbye, everyone.
Cheers, guys. Best of luck with your bets.
Ciao, ciao.